going down. It's going down, 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 down. It's going
Oh man, I don't know, folks. This is the MCU's Bleeding Edge. Here with Cyberneticshark, my co-host. I am Jeff, TrueKnowledge in the house, the other co-host of the MCU's Bleeding Edge. I don't know what's going on with that video. I just found that online. I guess Chloe Zhao was running the ambulance emergency services over there in some shitbag town, and you know, she gave us her usual performance. You know, so obviously, you know, I would fire her based off of that video, but she'll probably win another Oscar for that. So anyways, we are here on the Bleeding Edge today to do one simple segment. We are going to be covering a trailer / interview clips of Spider-Man 3, some clips of the trailers mixed in with some clips of the interviews that all the different villains have been doing with the media and whatnot. So we're going to throw that up, and then we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about it.
We started getting some visitors from every universe.
Hello, Peter. It's been very nice to come back to something that is familiar, but at the same time completely new.
You're not Peter Parker.
I am so confused right now.
20 years since his Green Goblin. 17 years since my first time as Doc Ock.
What was your name again?
Dr. Otto Octavius.
Seriously, what's your actual name?
You got another chance to stir some things up. How you like the new? Electro is like the world did me wrong. Now I got this energy, I'm about to go get mine.
You're not gonna take this away from me.
Doc Ock picks up where he left off.
What have you done with my machine?
He's looking for revenge.
You want to play games?
Act horrible.
The Goblin believes in a world of losers and winners. Power is all that matters.
It's a wonderful world to be in. We're having a lot of fun.
They're a danger to our universe. We need to send them back.
Looks like we got a competition.
I think people are gonna be really surprised. They're gonna marvel.
We tampered with the fabric of reality.
What's happening?
It's starting to come through and I can't stop him.
That's Chinese.
I can't believe I'm in the sanctum sanctorum.
Neither can I.
Hi everyone, I am Tom Holland. You might recognise me as your friendly neighbourhood Spider-Man, and I am here to tell you that Spidey's back for an all-new adventure in Spider-Man No Way Home. I know people say this a lot, but I mean it when I say that you're going to see things in this movie that you've never ever seen before. I'm talking about pumpkin bombs, sandstorms, the multiverse, which, okay, you might have seen them before, but I promise, not like this and not together. Also, Peter Parker is finally heading off to college and the word is out. So yeah, everyone knows that he is Spider-Man. So throw your fan theories out the window, they're probably not true, or are they? and get ready to see one of the most ambitious films we've ever made. An incredible story with lots of heart, laughter, high-flying action, mind-blowing effects, and some insane villains. No Way Home is the culmination of the Homecoming trilogy and the start of a multiverse of possibilities.
Spider-Man is back, Peter Parker!
My entire life got screwed up. Could we make it so that Mysterio never revealed my identity?
You ready?
Whoa, hang on. What just happened?
Well, I should have spent that. We started getting visitors.
We got competition.
From every universe.
I promise I'll fix this.
Exclusively in movie theaters, December 17th, rated PG-13.
Where are we going? I don't know your house. No, I got you. I thought you said you never liked me. Yeah, well, not anymore.
Hello, Peter.
Do I know you?
We started getting some visitors from every universe.
This is all my fault. I promise I'll fix this. We're gonna get through this. We're gonna get through it together.
December 17th.
Okay. Well, and there was some TV spots there that we'd already watched, but hey, it's all good. Y'all haven't watched them yet, maybe, or maybe you have. So, Cyber, what the hell do you think the deal is with the black Spider-Man suit? Like, why do you think that that's going on?
I mean, the black Spider-Man suit, I believe, is another Spider-Man from another dimension. I don't know who. I don't know if it's just another iteration of Tom Holland.
Wait a minute. You don't think that's Peter Parker just in a different suit?
I don't think that's Tom Holland. No, I think it's another dimension Spider-Man.
Okay.
Because we've seen several screenshots or even trailers showing 4 Spider-Mans together at once fighting the enemies, especially in the newest trailer. So there's definitely a multiverse of Spider-Mans coming into the fray. We just don't know exactly who they are. We don't know if it's other iterations of Tom Holland from throughout the universe. We don't know if it's Andrew Garfield. We don't know if it's, Tobey Maguire. We don't know. Maybe it's a version of, Spider-Gwen. We don't know. So it's definitely a multiverse thing going on with the spiders. It's definitely not just Tom Holland from our universe.
See,
it's definitely other Spider-Mans.
Based on how much I've seen the black suit in the trailers and TV spots, with that much of exposure, and the sequences of where they've showed it, I think it is Peter Parker, Tom Holland in the suit, and it's just that him and Doctor Strange got together when they decided to plan out, how they're going to go out and they're going to like grab all these different villains and send them back to their own universes or whatever, like he decided to make this new suit, because obviously we've seen that Doctor Strange is going to give Peter some cosmic powers. Like in the film, he's gonna do a spell on Peter or give him some of his powers, because you see in one of the trailers, you see Peter Parker, Spider-Man, Tom Holland, with one of those bands on his arm, like Wong and Strange do with the energy.
Mm-hmm. How do we know that's just not Doctor Strange in Spider-Man? Look, how do we know that's just not a fake image? We don't know.
It could be, but
I wouldn't put any credit on anything until the official film we see it, because I'm telling you, this movie, they're purposely making you think certain things so that you go in surprised. That's what they're doing with this film, because they made it very blatantly clear when they were releasing, and why they took so long to put out the trailers is because of all the rumor mills. They were sick and tired of them putting out so much of what was going on with the film. And that's, I think, the big kibosh on this film. So it'll be interesting to see what people start saying when the embargo is lifted, when people are able to start putting out reviews on it and seeing what they're saying.
Mega doo-doo. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Mega doo-doo.
Definitely mega doo-doo on that one, without question. No, that was not a mega doo-doo on Cyber. That was just an individual mega doo-doo that I wanted to throw out there for all you fans out there. I've also got a news alert. We've got this is actually somebody who's going to be guesting on the Bleeding Edge soon.
У меня было обращение к Федеральному собранию Российской Федерации ежегодное, и в числе важнейших в контексте социально-экономического развития страны существенно ограничить к 2050 году накопленный объем чистой эмиссии в нашей стране. Рассмотреть возможность преференций даже для зарубежных. Хотел бы еще раз подчеркнуть, что Российская Федерация искренне заинтересована в активизации международного сотрудничества с тем, чтобы продолжить поиск действенных решений проблемы изменения климата.
Yes. Guessing on the bleeding edge, we will be having Vladimir Putin on the show to cover the MCU with us.
Wow.
I've been working with this people, with the KGB and everything, and the communists, and yeah. So we're trying to get Vladimir on the show. You know, just because we tried to land Joe Biden for a guest spot, but you know, I guess he forgot or something because he just never showed up. And I got some voicemail from him that sounded all like delusional and couldn't understand it. So we tried though. But either way, we are of course big fans of President Biden, and we just thought that we would play that little clip of Vladimir and his thoughts on Joe wearing a mask during a Zoom call. I was not aware you could get COVID through the internet. So, isn't it really neat? Cyber. Now, listen. I'll be honest with you. I believe they've already released like a whole video of like 20-minute long video with those interviews with William Dafoe and all the different villains, different actors and everything. I haven't watched the whole thing yet. I heard it was really good. But that's just snippets of it. And it was still really fun. It was really cool to hear them talk about their thoughts on being back in the Spider-Man universe again. Talking about how it'd been 17 years, 15 years for some of them since they'd been involved in anything Marvel related. That's crazy. Honestly, Cyber, you know as well as I do, not just from a Marvel standpoint, from a cinematic standpoint, it's very rare for somebody to appear in a film at 17 years, or like, you know, in 1990 or whatever, and then 17 years later come back and reprise that role again.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's not unheard of. I mean, there's plenty of people that have done films 40 years prior and come back for a cameo.
Well, look at Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford in Star Wars. There you go.
Yeah, Harrison Ford in Star Wars. Harrison Ford in Indiana Jones. I mean, you know, it's very possible to happen. You know, but it is a long. You know, 20 years is a long time between, you know, gigs. I mean, that's 2 decades worth of stuff that's happened since you've been that character. So, I mean, I can see why it would be so much fun to come back after so many years because.
Oh yeah, is it just me or they seem very excited about the whole thing, and I don't think they're acting or trying to like pretend.
No, I mean, I remember William Dafoe and Alfred Molina both saying that they loved playing their characters and they hope to come back at some point in the near future. You know, I don't know about Jamie Foxx. I never heard him say anything like that. And the fact in that, you know, in that little snippet that he was talking about getting retribution for his character right there. I mean, I remember him stating that he hated how he looked in the film and that was a big downside to his character in the film, that he's finally getting this retribution of showing what Electro really is he's getting that chance. And so I think he's excited that he's getting to show that in this film. But I mean, William Dafoe, Alfred Molina are type of actors that love recurring characters. They love to come back as characters, and they're always excited to do it.
I mean, I'm sure they always did they probably did personally always want to come back and play the roles again. But 10 years ago, 5 years ago, they would have had no way of knowing that this was even a possibility. You know what I'm saying?
No.
So, what did you think also of, the fact that, this is kind of a side note thing, but I'm sure you probably heard the news that Amy Pascal shot her mouth off and said that they're going to do another Spider-Man trilogy, the college years trilogy with Marvel Studios.
Well, yeah, they already were talking about that. That was shown in the D12 release of all the new Marvel stuff coming out.
She confirmed it.
Yeah, I mean, they said Spider-Man freshman year is a part of what's coming up next in the next few years worth of MCU stuff. So I think she just officially I feel she just like kind of officially confirmed that it's happening. But they already had footage of what they were doing with it. So I mean, I think it just kind of was more like, oh yeah, it's really we have footage, we're really doing it. You know what I mean?
I agree. Well, guess what, folks? This is a quick one. This is not the usual Bleeding Edge. We're not live streaming today. So when we live stream, we got to go for at least an hour and a half, 2.5 hours. But this is just, a little Spider-Man 3 segment. So for Cyber and I and the MCU's Bleeding Edge, we will talk to you all later. See you next time. And peace out.
It's going down. It's going down, 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 down.